Okay, maybe I went too hard with the title, but this new tactical FPS has done nothing but impress me. When one of the trailers came out back in 2019, it had a heavy emphasis on the physics and the movement of the player. The video featured the ejection of lethal or non-lethal projectiles coming out with the modular weapons attached to the player's suit, and the physical effects of the other parts due to the phenomenon was just enough proof of how these developers are thinking and funneling the ideas into the game development. A tactical shooter doesn't always have to have the best gunplay mechanics or customization or any other standard features that almost every first person shooter offers these days. Most of them just feel copied or incomplete or downright hollow. But sometimes, some developers manage to improve on those problems and we gamers get good products. But Boundary not only offers us with all those jazz, but developers have thought about the environmental setting too. Now, I'm not saying that Boundary is doing something new. We already have a similar kind of experience in Shattered Horizon, but it lacked that oomph to retain the relevance in the space. Steam FanFest offered us a demo of the game Boundary, and boy, it was something new and refreshing in the FPS genre. When you first boot into the game, you will have no issue getting used to the new movement and the interaction because it deviates so much from the traditional linear movement style that we have experienced before in other FPS games. The map gives us full freedom to engage our opponent in any direction we want. The omnidirectional movement sometimes works to your advantage, or it can be highly frustrating. If you score a kill and take a breath for a moment to reload, there's a 90% chance that you might get engaged from your opponent from any direction possible. There is a lot of tactical hiding spot and corners where you can blend effortlessly with the environment, but not completely conceal yourself from your opponent's vision. You have to be constantly vigilant and keep an eye out for floating objects, which either can be a gun-wielding astronaut or some random space debris. Overall, the game just feels unique and fresh, with realistic gunfire, cinematic background music, and satisfying combat mechanics. Now granted, this game is still an alpha stage, which by the way did not affect the impression of the players because it felt so well optimized, and the graphics for a multiplayer shooter did not feel downgraded at all. But stating all of that, this game somehow feels that it will look good only if you have RTX cards, and will immerse players better if you have monitors which are at least 21 inches and above. Now, you must be thinking, why is that even a concern? Because there are players in some regions who still runs game on a laptop, and frankly, it will be a huge disadvantage for them. The illumination factor still needs work, and also the visual aspect of it too. Distinguishing enemies with random debris against the infinite black backdrop can be hard and sometimes give your position away when you end up shooting it. The enemy hit radar sometimes flashes so big that it obstructs the vision and you fail to return fire, resulting in you being a casualty. This game truly challenges the skill of a competitive shooter as it feels non-stop engagement. I wish the developers make the objects in the environment completely free-floating. In this way, the map will be even more dynamic and constantly changing. That was just a brief impression of the game Boundary, and if you wish to see more content like this, just bite down on the subscribe button with your sharpened canines and join the fellowship in the quest for more games. Better games. This is Gold Canine. Catch you on the next one.